Hello and welcome to the Telegraph studio and Business Reporter's retail campaign, hosted by the Telegraph Online. I'm Alistair Green and today I'm going to be talking to Robin Knox of Intelligent POS and Jake Emerson from Gales Bakeries about the future innovations of EPOS. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Now, when it comes to smart payment solutions in supermarkets and restaurants and bars and stores, we're overwhelmed with options. So what else could we need?
Absolutely. I think the issue really is the EPOS systems that we're used to today. They're extremely big and bulky and costly and custom pieces of hardware. There's far more in terms of modern technology that we can benefit from nowadays.
Okay, you say all this bulky hardware, but it's been working well for us for the last X amount of years. So what are the new changes that you're proposing that's going to make our lives so much easier and more effective?
With the advent of the cloud, when these systems were designed, these legacy systems that we talk about, the cloud wasn't around, so they were built in the absence of it. Thanks to that, we now have an opportunity to provide real-time sales data, analytics and remote management capabilities to businesses.
Well, actually, one of the things I'd like to talk about is cost, because that's always a thought that people have. And Jake, I know you've been using the system for a little while now. So perhaps tell us a little bit about the difference in cost. Make a comparison, say, between the legacy system you were using and this new system.
Yeah, sure. So the maths for us was really simple. When we looked at Intelligent POS, it was coming in at around about a third of the cost of our legacy systems. And that was both on terms of capital outlay and also in terms of ongoing revenue expenditure.
Okay, sounds good. So tell us how it works.
Our system's really simple. We use an iPad, which has a native iPad app, so you get all the benefits of the native app. So that's gesture, swipe, and the speed that the native app brings. And then that iPad communicates with a cloud-based back office system, so that allows you to see real-time sales data, business insight from anywhere in the world, and also make changes on the fly.
You were talking there about using iPads and the cloud. So if I install your system, I've got all of my old hardware and software in my back office. Am I just going to chuck that all away?
The short answer is yes, but it's not all about the past, it's about the future. You have to ask yourself, what will this new solution bring in terms of time saved? You can manage your system remotely, you can view your sales data from anywhere, you can have your system integrate with lots of different pieces of software to automate your whole business. What will that bring? Maybe Jake's got some examples of...
Gales is all about baking beautiful breads in our neighbourhood bakeries throughout London. So for us, when we looked at the cost, it was around a 6-month payback, which was well inside our investment case timelines. But for us, it wasn't really about the cost as much as it was about the whole ethos behind our brand and our business that we're building.
Now, you talked earlier on about how you integrated your system with existing account software and so on. But what about the information I've already got on my system? How do you migrate that into your system?
That's really easy. There's no format that we can't deal with. It's quite easy to export from legacy systems all of your products and prices and tax information. And then in Edinburgh we have a dedicated onboarding team that hold your hand right through to go live. And it's their job to take that and manipulate it into the correct format for our system, upload that so that all of your data is migrated across seamlessly.
One of the biggest challenges we always have with change is overcoming the various hurdles that are involved with that. We're talking about installing new equipment, we're talking about training our staff, we're talking about getting used to this new system. It's the interruption to our business that we're concerned about. How long does this whole process take?
It's really quick. Thanks to the ease of use and how quickly we can send out the hardware to our customers. It means that you can install this out of hours, you can install it within a few hours. We can install it for you, but it is so easy to install, you can do it yourself. And then, rightly so, it's not just that interruption, but it's also the interruption of having to train up your staff. And people say, thankfully, one of the biggest bits of feedback we get is people say if you can use a smartphone, you can use our EPOS system. And I think Jake's had a bit of experience about this in Gales.
Yeah, so when we rolled the system out, the first thing to say is that no change of any legacy system is ever straightforward. It is a time-consuming process. But Intelligent POS makes that much simpler than than the legacy system that I previously employed. The main area in which you use, it takes time, is really around the training of staff. The actual technology rollout is quite quick, but it's the training of staff that takes time. In Gales, we have 46 different nationalities, and we're very proud of that. But inevitably, when you have that many nationalities, training will take a bit longer. But having something as intuitive as Intelligent POS, which is using Apple-based technology, which everybody understands in our stores. All of our guys are young and they've all got Apple iPhones. So that makes it a lot easier, a lot more intuitive for them to be able to grasp this technology and run with it. So it's certainly a lot shorter than I would have expected, our legacy rollout would have taken, for example.
But it certainly sounds a great system, and of course when it's working, everyone's happy, but things can go wrong. So tell us a little bit more about how you maintain the system and then the follow-up.
Support is included within all of our price plans. We have a team based in Edinburgh that operates 7 days a week. You can live chat from the app, you can live chat on the website, phone us, email us. There's a number of different ways you can communicate with us. In terms of the actual hardware itself, the beauty of using a consumer device like an iPad, obviously it's low cost, but in terms of finding a replacement or having one repaired, you don't have to call out an engineer from an EPOS company. You can just deal with that very quickly yourself.
That's our experience too. Actually, we used to have to call out an engineer. They would then take the system away. It would take 24 hours before it came back. We'd have lots of, in the meantime, we're one till down. We'd have lots of customer queues. All that sort of stuff is really totally unacceptable in a business like ours, where we put, service at the forefront of everything. So, being able to have a till which you can effectively repair or, update on the go without having that loss of service was vitally important in our decision to go with it.
Okay, let's say you've sold me on the whole concept and I bring this all in. It sounds to me as if this methodology is going to become the norm. Now everyone's caught up with you. How about the future? What's the next trend we have to look out for?
Absolutely. We are totally focused on the future. So obviously we've got all the benefits of what the cloud can bring in terms of the real-time data, but the future is really taking EPOS and making it intelligent. So EPOS systems for so long have been boring and clunky and very basic in their operation, but we have all the advantages of machine learning and big data now to allow us to put in place things like order prediction. So it's going to be sunny at the weekend, and this time last year you did this, and maybe in your area of the country right now, this is the kind of trend that's happening. Amalgamating that and your EPOS system actually becoming a bit of an advisor to you.
And that's something that we're already developing within Gales. Having the Intelligent POS system, being able to seamlessly link in with those systems has been really important to us and allowed us to continue to take advantage of the data that we procure as we go along.
Well, certainly when it comes to EPOS, it sounds like it's a very bright and exciting future. So thank you very much indeed for sharing all of that. Robin Knox from Intelligent POS and Jake Emerson from Gales Bakeries, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.